Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after besting the Pyre hearts in a convincing manner when Volfred approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my boy. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see whom we shall square up against when next the stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Aub, Gol, and Melith. Well, looking at the planner, we've lost one against the True Nightwings, which aren't a real team, I guess. They're not listed here. We just beat these ones, so they're all the way down here. Obviously, Pyre Hearts was beaten again. We've only won twice. The favor is highest on us, which is infinite, I guess, because we are the Nightwings. That's the entire point of it. And the next highest are the ones we're gonna face. Question mark, Liberation Right standing. Probability is 56%. It's not increasing by a lot. So, yeah. Right. Why is this unchanged standing and everyone else gone up and withdrawn went down? Right, what are our options? A Melith will be against the Dissidents. Aub against the Fate. A Gol against the Tempers. I think it might be time to face the Tempers again. We've only faced them once. The other ones we've all faced multiple times. Again, we are to face the demon Ignarius and his brutes, the Tempers. He's living proof of how the rites favor raw strength of will and body. Volfred then offers you such details as he knows of your next adversary. Ignarius, a long-time resident of the Downside, as evidenced by his appearance. The strongest of the Tempers, he has waited years to earn his freedom. Born to a middling Commonwealth family, he got into trouble early and often, but found his calling in the Commonwealth's not entirely legal Red Light District. There, he took many jobs, most involving his sheer size. Most notably, he was a bouncer at the Starry Eight, where he came to symbolize its reputation. One day, a particularly belligerent guest got under his skin, so he gave him a tremendous thrashing. The club clientele all gave a cheer. However, this guest turned out to be a wealthy chamberlain, who then exploited his connections to have Ignarius arrested and then exiled. This was 14 years ago. In the Downside, Ignarius dropped his given name, as is sometimes the custom, and survived alone through his tenacity and strength. In time, he drew the notice of the Tempers, who revealed to him the rites, recruited him into their ranks, and let him work his way up. Now, at last, it is his turn. Ignarius struggles to return to a place that wants nothing to do with somebody like him. He should never have been exiled. Anyway, my boy, I'm off to rest. We wish you good night to Volfred. Your travels shall continue at first light. Gilman? Sir Gilman is in a contemplative mood. He's been rather quiet, at least more than usual, ever since his confrontation with Sir Deluge. He notices you there and slides forth in a solemn manner. This night, he knows what you shall do now, when all of this is over, Master Reader. We Worm Knights, we are all born and raised to prove ourselves superior to all other billions of our kind. Lead our lives, however short, with glory. From the moment we shove past our wormling brethren in their exiles to the very end, we are conditioned to excel, to prevail, at all costs. This relentless pursuit of glory, of fame, of self-worth, it leads most of this knight's kind only to an early doom. In the case of Sir Deluge, it leads to a life of falsehood. A life of low deceit, abusing one's fellow worm knights, shirking one's responsibility, living in constant fear. This knight cannot abide his former commander, yet pities him. There must be more to honor than lead life engulfed in endless conflict. Then he looks at you intently. This knight shall ever seek that honor out when all of this is ended, Master Reader. as he vows to you, and he is ever grateful that your guidance led him to this new awakening. But, until such time, this knight is duty-bound unto the Nightwings. This, the fulfillment of our plan, and our pursuit of freedom, is to be his final quest. For what awaits him afterward is no mere quest. The honor that this knight has sought, it cannot be fully achieved through knighthood, can it? It requires something more.
Temporaries.
I trust you understand. He slithers off, his head held high, though not merely in pride. Something has changed in him. +2 presence, permanently. Good, good, good. Well, Ray is high level, Tizo's high level, Gilman is high level, Wolfred is working on it, Bertrude is working on it. And Wolfred still is the only one without a special thing. Yet the crystal doesn't call her yet. You have returned. How can I help you, if at all? You know, my lovely reader, I must admit that I did not expect your little followers to be quite so receptive to instruction, as thus far they have proved. I know not whether they owe it all to you, or have somewhat more to them than I was first inclined to think. In any case, however, I am pleased that they are not entirely disgraceful. I like to keep my expectations well in check, seeing as I have been thus expelled until the end of time. So, it is pleasant when those expectations are exceeded, every now and then. Although, I cannot quite recall when last that was. But, the best part of all this are these brief times in which you visit me in my domain. I know you cannot for long. This damned crystal in which I am enthralled shall see to that. Though as you have perhaps surmised, whatever it decides that one of your little friends is worthwhile enough, why, I can offer them a trial, and likewise I can offer you a chat. Sometimes I think, as you achieve those trials of mine, perhaps it does something to trim the length of my eternal banishment. Eternity being what it is, however, perhaps not. Still, if the trophies of those blasted scribes are worth something to you, then all you need is but to brave my trials, and they can be yours. And perhaps there is good in it for me, as well. Then, something changes in her, and she changes the subject. I've likely said too much. I'm not to influence you in your use of the Beyonder Crystal. It is not there to be tampered with by anyone, including me. Forget what I said. You know where to find me. I really like Sandra. And the Beyonders. Their own little special triumvirate of spirits. Anyway, it's time to leave. And it's a far journey down to Goal. We're up against the Tempers again. Hello, Deluge. Pure panic. Oh, what do you mean it was the Nightwings? Oh, we are not to face them and are coming right again, are we? At some point, he realizes your wagon is aloft beside his own. You Nightwings! This night shall not forgive you this transgression. Once we prevail against whatever enemies are doomed to face us next, then we shall come for you! Why must this knight be forced to fly so far above the land and the sea? Deluge. I didn't actually mean to run into them. Kinda just happened. It's really, really snowy weather. Yonder lies the Ridge of Gaul, somewhat less opposing when viewed from this vantage point. Do you not agree, reader? The myths of the downside hold that is no mere ridge of stone, but are the reigns of Lord Gandroth, once slayed by Gold Golothanian himself. Though, perhaps such tales are of little import now, when you stand to confront the Tempers there in such short a while. Indeed. Right, Hollowroot or Blooming Pool. In Hollowroot, Falcon Ron may be passing through with a special offer. And Blooming Pool, Wolford believes this would be an expedient path. You make a successful landing in the Downside Prairie, near the southern edge of the Downside. Memories of having first met Hedwyn, Jodariel and Rookie come flooding back. You now should have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward toward the Ridge of Gold by land. As you look about the sweeping plain stretching in every direction, Wolford approaches and asks a moment of your time. As we were unpacking the wagon, I happened to find something of note. Let's throw it in with the rest of the cargo, shall we? He hands to you the item that he found and encourages you to take the rest of the day to rest and pursue your vocations. Fertile soil. Oh, 77. It should fetch you some sol. If we ever meet Falcon Ron again, of course. Well, we like mentoring, definitely. But we could also give the global bonus, but hey. I'm gonna stick with the mentoring. So, what do we got here? Needed for next rank 1800. And she has inspiration 900. Tizos, quite a lot as well. If we inspire her, she needs 1050, which is not enough usually. If I remember correctly, mentoring gives them like 1000. Can I not see how much you... No, I can only see the inspiration in it because the entire bar is full. That's kind of a UI thing. I wish they would have fixed. So I could still see just how much it is, but I assume it's more than 1000 anyway. Well... maybe Ray. It's funny, with Ray I feel like... would she do alright in the Commonwealth? Alone? Maybe she'd find some friends. And it would work. If I get Bertrude up, she'll be incredibly close to level up, so that might be something. Let us then discuss these matters which you believe should be of benefit. You sit down with Bertrude to go over some of the subtler aspects of the rites, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. You sense she is beginning to understand. Just close enough. We remain intrigued about this banishment come from the stars. Indeed. But she's going to be real good. She's very offensive, lots of damage, and less stamina with slithering. When we level her up next, she'll be able to do the saluting thing, which is kind of cool. After she turns them into howlers. Is that a good thing? I mean, I guess so. It's either that or I could do the vital pounds. Or go all of this. Go back to pick up a thing or two here. I assume that's good, otherwise it wouldn't be the last one, right? Yeah. To the Ridge of Gold. A messenger imp somehow tracks you down in the lush overgrowth of the downside prairie, and delivers to you recent news and rumors from the other side. Looks like we're gonna get news about Pamitha. Specifically, the imp shares details regarding Pamitha, and what became of her since she was liberated at the fall of Solion. She found herself back at the homeland of her enemies, where, despite her connections to the Highwing remnants, her past transgressions were forgiven. In fact, she was asked to join the military council given her unique background, yet she refused to cooperate, and instead demanded to be reunited with her sister, Tamitha. When they threatened her with a resentencing to exile and insisted that she take the opportunity, Pamitha said at last what she would think it over and return with a decision soon. Next she was seen, however, was among Volfred's sons and daughters of revolution, where it is said she is attached to loyalty, at least for the time. You thank the imp for bringing you this news, which soon gets your companions talking. I hold to hope that both of Thane's sisters one day shall join together as part of our good cause. The two of them can help lead us toward a brighter future. I hope she and her sister get a chance to set things right between the two of them, or that she finds some peace some other way. Never once before had this night felt even a thing for our most bitter enemies, and yet, having known Pamitha proved eye-opening indeed for this night. We suspect the ancient enmity between the winged and the footless shall not soon be resolved, if ever at all. I wonder where her sister is right now. I'm sure she cares for Pamitha, I'm sure of it. Oon! Tiza wishes for Pamitha to find her way and her sister in the Commonwealth. In spite of some mixed feelings, the news of Pamitha's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with resolve. Your companions gained one hope for the next rite.